Yes, Haiti, we see you. Mama hen hatched out 7 chicks. Oh, I guess I should say, hi, welcome to Sun and Star Farm. Anyway, Mama hen hatched out 7. 5 of those babies are in the house, in the brooder. She seemed quite overwhelmed with that many babies, and I kept finding them. She's in the goat. She hatched the eggs here in the goat pen. I was worried because right now there are 4 baby goats in here, plus mama, and having 7 babies running around. I was afraid that something was going to happen to them. I'll post a picture in the video. Those are the other 5 babies that I just showed you. They all want their breakfast. All I've done is throw scratch. But I wanted to show you the babies because a lot of times they're underneath of her, and actually they were out. So I wanted you to see them. 2 little black and silver little chicks. They'll end up being solid black like her. So, but the other 5 being brightly colored. 2 yellows, a brown, a reddish brown, which I've never had a brownish brown chick before, so I'm curious to see how that one turns out. And they're all farm mix. They all have feathered, whoop, sorry about that. But sorry I haven't done any videos like a week. It seems like all my videos are the same, a wet mosh pit. All it's done is rain all week. So all of my videos were like, I feel are the same, about standing water and mud. And I'm sure those videos get boring to watch when all you ever see is that. And my poor goats. My poor boys back there. This mud, when I step in it, especially at the front gate where the 2 pigs are, I sink to my ankles. And it's sloppy and it's wet. Apollo hates rain. He hates the muck. The inside of their shed is not dry. I mean, it's dry, like they don't get rained on, but there's so much water that it has saturated. I need to get some type of maybe wood pallets to raise it up above ground level, put a piece of plywood over the top of it, and then put their shavings on that. So it's elevated, but I think even with that, with the pigs sitting in water, that they would just sop it up too. So I'm gonna go to the feed store this morning and pick up more bags of shavings. I've been piling 2 to 3 bags of shavings inside their little pallet shed, just to lift the ground up high enough where they're not laying and stepping in water, because Apollo hates it. You can see him out there on the tire. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to my camera. You can see him. He's standing on the tire. And this water is not, I mean, where the ducks dig. Everything is wet. We had thunderstorms this morning, and I have a short window of reprieve, but even the pigs you see the pigs sinking. It's just, but there's not much I can do about it because everything out here is sinking. I sink when I walk. Hi guys. So all I've done this morning so far is scratch. I'm just walking around and hello, uh-oh. I know, uh-oh. I think the only ones that are enjoying all of this rain are the ducks. You see them. I mean, they're actually swimming. It's deep enough for them to swim. It's crazy. And then I've got a ridiculous amount of duck eggs over here because this is where they're coming to lay now. I've got duck eggs everywhere, but I will not reach in and grab a duck egg in this stick mess when it's wet. I won't do it. So they will sit here, and then once it dries up, I'll come out and get these eggs and I'll feed them to the pigs. Because I'm not taking them in the house. It's just gross. My poor tarp has come down. I got to bring out some zip ties. I'm assuming the goats blew through this side of this fence. I just recently had fixed it, but the goats rub against my fence. All of my chicken pen is pretty much just shot. The only thing I've got in here that's broody right now is a turkey and a guinea. And I honestly don't think those eggs are going to hatch because she's been broody way too long. So you can see everything is just, I mean, it's, yeah. So this is why I haven't done videos. I also have a turkey in here that's broody. That is, she's pushing eggs underneath of her. Her and a hen are being broody over there. They're going to end up raising chicks together because that hen will hatch eggs. And I'll tell you right now, that turkey will steal them and she'll raise them as hers. I think there's only maybe one or two. And there's a broody hen over there in the corner. So I'll have a whole bunch of chicks running around. I put my incubator away. True to form, I said I was going to get rid of roosters. I was going to get rid of the drakes. So, you notice, still roosters everywhere. So I put up a post on Facebook about free roosters, free drakes. Oh, look, it's a whistler duck. Free roosters, free drakes. Oh, there's another one. They're looking at, I bet they'll try to land over here, but my guys will chase them off. I hear them. They're checking out my water situation. I bet you anything they'll come and land over here. I've had them land here before for a free meal. Anyway, so I posted them on Facebook. All my chickens are so wet. Everybody's so wet. And a lady said she'd take all of the drakes and tried to catch the drakes. Couldn't catch the drakes. Even had a net. I caught one. Ended up letting it go and said forget it on the drakes. I needed to build some type of pin to capture them, to run them in, to capture them. And we were going to do that on Wednesday. And of course, all we've had is rain, so we haven't been able to do it. So she said she wanted a couple of roosters too. So them I can usually walk right up and catch most of my roosters. So I caught 2 of my roosters, knowing that they were going to be eaten. The lady happens to live down the road from us, and driving to the grocery store and saw the 2 roosters in a small dog cage behind the house. And it had only been 24 hours, maybe 2 days. Couldn't see any water or food in the pen. Not to say that there wasn't. I was looking from the road. So there very well could be. But I saw them, and then when I came back, they were barbecuing, and there were no more chickens and no more roosters. The 2 roosters were no longer in the cage. And I busted into tears. I mean, I knew she was going to eat them. I thought I could deal with it. I came home and took the post down from Facebook and said, I can't do it. I can't take something that I have raised and loved and send it to its death to be eaten. I suck as a farmer. I am just not that type of farmer. So I talked with my husband on it, and he doesn't care what I do. He doesn't care what I do. He's like, you know, they're your animals, your choice. So I am going to build a bachelor pad to house my boys. I'm going to do it over here. Right now it's flooded. It is what it is. But I am going to build a bachelor pad over here underneath of the oak tree, so that way they have shade. Or probably not underneath this oak tree. It'll more likely be over here under this oak tree. This oak tree, because of that puddle that's always there and the ducks like it, is going to be a separate pen. Now, I was talking that I was going to build pins from there to there to do rotational grazing for my birds and for my animals. I have since read a bunch of research that shows that parasite loads are much lower on goats kept on dry lot than if kept on grass. Yes, they are a browser. But I don't want to deal with parasites and loading my animals with a whole bunch of chemicals, because I'm trying to do things as chemical free as I can and trying to find herbal ways of doing things. And as everybody knows, herbal, though, is a much better way to go, is not 100%. It's not 100% effective all the time. So preventative wise, the dry lot may be a better choice. I need to build a better dry lot though. So I'm going to work on building my property up with wood chips and shavings and raise it up to a level where female cardinal. Raising it up so when it does rain like this, I don't have so much standing water. I mean, whether I had grass or not, this always would have standing water. I just didn't realize to what extent, because usually there's grass and you just don't physically see it. And we have had literally rain every single day. Would I like to have grass for these guys? Yes. So my new plan and idea, I'm going to leave a strip between the pig pen and the bachelor pad where I'm going to grow grass. So I'm going to do a pin from here to here. And granted, this all takes money, so it's not going to happen tomorrow. So from here to here, like I originally said I was going to divide, I'm going to leave this because I can grow grass in this. I am going to do the bachelor pad for the roosters over here. So it will go from that fence post to probably right about here. And then from there, I'm going to bring it down all the way to that fence down there. But it's going to be divided in half. And the area that I'm going to divide it in half, all of my drakes, except for 1 or 2, will go in there. So all of my drake ducks will be put together. The geese will still have free run. My female ducks will still have free run. The hens will still have free run of the property. So I'm going to still do the 3 pins, but in this pin, I'm going to do my ducks. This pin here will be for the roosters. Cardinal. I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty dark. Hi. Right there, cardinal. The turkey toms are going to run loose, but I think I will be dividing my turkey toms up and putting a turkey tom in each pen because my turkey toms can't really fly. So if I put them in a pin, 99.9% of the time they'll stay in that pin until I let them out. Right now they look like crap. They're all molting. It's the end of breeding season. Their feathers are looking like crap. But I'm noticing that they're getting a little bit more pushy with their fights. I haven't had any real injuries. Other than I did have one turkey pass away. One of my Nargissette toms die. He was running during a tiff and ran into the chicken swing in the pin, and I believe he broke his neck. Because that's the only thing I could figure happened to him, because he was live in the morning, and when I found him later in the afternoon, he was in the chicken pen in one of the buildings under the chicken swing, dead with his neck bent in the wrong direction. So the only thing I can think of is he was running and he smacked into the swing and broke his neck. I don't know if that's what happened. That is my guess. So he ended up getting buried. Really? Are we being an idiot this morning already? Yeah? Lee? I know your girls are out of being broody, but you don't need to be a punk. But Lee, I love you. I love you, Lee. Yeah. You don't like when I do that to you, don't do it to me. It's rude. It's rude. Hello, Rue. You're going to mess with me this morning, too? What is it? The day to mess with Mom? You are a punk. Go on. You're being a punk. He's stalking me. He's going to jump me, too. Go on. He's such a punk. Good morning, ladies. So, needless to say, that is now the new plan. I'm gonna have a bachelor pad to move all of my roosters and just leave a couple of roosters out here with the hens to fertilize eggs and to help protect them and keep them in line. George will get to stay out here. Rue is going to go in the pen because I'm tired of his crap. I wish I would have thought of it when they came to pick up the 2 roosters. I didn't have my net out here. I could have grabbed my net and caught him and sent him on his merry way, but I didn't. It ended up being Beetle and one of my coaching roosters. So that is my plan now. I have plans. It's just a matter of having the income to see them come to fruition. So I will probably be moving. I'm debating on what I'm going to do with that extra pin that I've got out here that the chickens aren't using it. I'm thinking I'm going to use it as a grow out pin for my chicks that I have. But I got to get the wire on it. And unfortunately, with all of this wet, I don't know when that's going to happen. because it says we're supposed to get rain all month. I don't know why I'm walking that way. I'm just going to have to deal with Rue, and I don't want to deal with Rue. I need to get these guys their food before it starts raining again. Right, Mama? I got all of their food pans inside to try to keep them as dry as possible. We having a meeting back here. I've also have decided I'm going to kind of ditch these chicken pens. I mean, yeah, they're great for something quick and easy, but they really just don't hold up. Because the chicken wire is held on with zippy ties. The chicken wire is holding up okay. It's having goats that... Are you back in here? Oh, both of the girls are back in there. I don't know why, but you can see there's standing water in here because... And I got this double tarped because the turkeys and the chickens just tear the tarps up. They just don't work. It's great if you keep the birds locked up inside and you don't have goats or pigs. I mean, they ripped the tarp off, poked a huge hole. What good does this do? This doesn't keep an animal safe at night. It gives them a dry place to, semi-dry place to go. It stays dry down here because none of the chickens come and sit down here. So this tarp looks great right here, but where the chickens do go, you can see it's worn. You can see where they sit. They roost there. They don't roost up there. So, but this pin that I have, I don't know if it's going to stay here. I've moved it about 6 times. It's a great place to have it because it's in the shade. Unfortunately, I got a crap tree growing in the middle of it. So, and it doesn't hold standing water, which is good. And where there is standing water, it's because of the ducks doing what the duck is doing right now. So I can fill that with dirt, and I can raise that up fairly easy. But, you know, the tarps are getting ripped. It's just one thing after another. So, and this one is, I mean, not very sturdy. It's not very sturdy. Even if I put pipes or put tie downs on it, you know, once I put a tarp on the top of it, I don't know if it could handle the wind. I think it will bend. So, I'm not quite sure. I've been debating on what to do with this. I could do just chicken wire and do a small coop inside of it, because this was going to be a breeder pin. But now my focus has changed on that because of the number of roosters you get when hatching and me not being able to kill roosters. And so I'm letting the chickens hatch their own, and still you have that high risk of roosters. Or I don't know if it's really a risk. You have the high probability of roosters. I didn't hatch any ducklings. Inside I've got 2 goslings that I hatched. 1 turkey I hatched. Look, there she is. And the babies, if they don't get stomped on, which I haven't had a baby stomped on yet. Teaching them to eat. All of the ones that they have hatched and raised, because she raised a batch of chicks last spring. And it was a large batch. There were 3 hens that worked together, and there was, I think, about 10 chicks maybe? I don't remember. But they had a large batch of chicks, and they raised them all, and they ended up being fine. But shoot, you can see how spongy the ground is. Look, even the chicken just standing on the ground, look, she sinks. That is how wet it is. ground should not move under your feet when you walk, especially a chicken. None of my goats will even come out when it's like this because they don't like it wet. And I've even had to put shavings over into that pen because it gets so wet that I couldn't even walk into their pen. Hi, baby. Oh, you my boy, don't you biting. Hi, Midas. You biting me. You're not nice. I did take Apollo in to be castrated, so he did get banded. I'm cleaning your feet, Mama. So they're all waiting for their breakfast, so I need to get back on doing that. Look at that sweet boy. I love a baby boy. He's like, Mom, this sucks. Teaching them how to get in and out. So, alright, well, I'm going to get back to feeding my guys, hop off of this, and just wanted to let you all know that so, I just wanted to say, thank you for watching. I'll hopefully be doing a video on the flower garden and vegetable garden. You see, it's like a jungle in there. It's crazy. The Vitex looks so pretty. I hate being on this side of the fence, and I hate that the video just does not show the beauty of it. As I'm being stalked by Rue again. Look, another egg. So, anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. I gotta get these guys fed. The ducks are looking. They're like, wait a minute, why doesn't Mom have food in the food pans? Where are the food pans? I know, guys, I'm working on it. Give me a minute. All right. Y'all have a wonderful day. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks.